afternoon, guys, and happy Sunday to all of your sunshiny faces. Guys, still a little confused on what day it is. I don't necessarily know. I believe it is Sunday. I've actually had to ask twice today, I think, what day it is. But it was pretty warm out today. It was pretty nice yesterday, but it was a little windy. Today was also very warm, but not as windy. Tomorrow, I think, is also supposed to be pretty warm. Tuesday's supposed to be a little bit colder, and then we're supposed to have really nice warm weather throughout like the rest of the week. So that's awesome. Like 50s to 60s. So, I mean, pretty warm. The thing is, guys, I will show you. I will share with you guys what the kitchen looks like right now, because everything is being repainted. And then I'll show you the little friend that was helping paint. So we're repainting, I guess, the cabinets. So this is painted right now, which is normally, it looks like it's actually part of the wall. It's almost like this is built in. No, this is actually the same thing as like this, but over on this side. And then this beautiful wall behind me is all painted white right now, so it's just primed. And these stairs look horribly, atrociously disgusting because they're dirty and the wall is so nicely freshly white. I don't know, my dad might have one coat left of primer to do possibly, but you guys can see it was that dark purple that is behind me over there. So obviously it took a lot of coats of primer to get that done. And I don't think anything else has been painted other than this has been started. So anyways, the stairs, like I said, my dad has been putting several coats on and pretty much doing everything up there too. So like this underneath part right over here, and then also to this part, let's see if I can get it, that part that's like right there is also being repainted. So my dad's been priming that sort of, and he's done it a couple times today. The only problem is we have to try and keep the dogs out of the living room and like the kitchen, or we have to lock them in the living room or else in the hallway, or else Bliss, like today, she had to stay upstairs. Bliss decided she was gonna help and paint. And at one point she came downstairs before the wall was dry and got paint on her tail. My other little friend in the hallway, Charlie's good. He's the only one that didn't get paint on himself today. Bravo has got some on his tail. Let's show everybody where you were painting. Oh, right there. You got some paint on you and you were painting the wall. What, did you do this? Huh? Did you do this? Is this the paint? Did you get the paint on you? Did you do that, Mr. Beep? He's so cute. Were you helping paint? I didn't even notice it, guys, until literally my dad finished painting. Like, I mean, the last time he painted was probably before dinner, which was like 5 or 6 o'clock. We ended up doing, what was it called? We did, my mom did Reuben sandwiches. We got some corned beef, like sandwich deli meat sort of stuff from Walmart when my dad went. So yeah, that's what my mom ended up wanting to have for dinner tonight. So that was what was for dinner, but again, well before that was the last time we painted. I just literally, we got done watching, what did you hear? What did you hear? We were watching The Last Dance on ESPN, which is like the, I don't know, not the documentary, I guess it is sort of a documentary about like the last, what's it called? Like the last Bulls, like championship season. And so we were watching that, and it was trending on Twitter like all over the place, and every single like person that was in it too was also trending on Twitter. And so yeah, we were watching that. I feel like that is like the huge thing that's boosting ESPN right now, because there's no sports on. And I think they were supposed to have it on like over the summer, but obviously I think it was supposed to be after like basketball season, but because of, you know, quarantine and everything like that, they're airing it now. So we were watching, we just watched the first episode. 2 episodes came out tonight, but we're going to watch the second one tomorrow. So anyways, we were watching that. When we just got done, I just came in here and decided I was going to now come and take a shower. And that's when I noticed it. So it was like hours later, because it's about 11 o'clock right now. So we didn't even notice Bravo had paint on his tail. And Bliss has it on her side, like she rubbed up against the wall when she was going up the stairs. But I will say, it makes sense because Charlie over there, he doesn't walk right next to the wall. The other 2 dogs get super scared. I think that they're gonna fall off the stairs, so they walk right up against the wall. So it makes sense why B got his tail probably smacked against the wall, and Bliss has it on her side, just like the same amount that Bravo does. But I think she has it on her side and on her tail as well. And we noticed it was from them most likely going up the stairs because of what side it was on both of them. It's on the same side, I think on the right side, so it's probably when they were going up the stairs. So yeah guys, our dogs were little artists today and decided to help paint as well. That ESPN documentary was really cool. We watched that, and then we were like, well, we're not gonna watch the second one yet, we'll save it for tomorrow. But then I got distracted, even though there's no sports on. I was watching an old Cubs game. The end of an old Cubs game was on like the Marquee Sports Network, and then we were watching something else, like a college basketball game for a little while, and there was another sports that was on, something else on ESPN2, like what was it, like something about like no hitters or something like that, I think, in Perfect Games or something. But we were watching like some of that, just like kind of flipping through the channels, and yeah, we didn't, like I said, because we're all watching that show together. Matthew and Jack had already left, so me and my dad were still in there being like, really wish there were some sports on. Like, yeah guys, it stinks. And I feel like it's not spring, because for me, spring is always baseball. Like, baseball is always, I associate it with spring. For the last probably 3 years, I've been real, like, maybe this is going on the 4th year, you know, really big into watching baseball in the spring. Like, that's just kind of my, like, I don't know, tradition, and I get really into it. And like, because that's kind of like basketball's ending, like hockey's ending and everything like that, so got a lot more, you know, baseball, and baseball's on so much too. But to me, it's just like, I don't know, spring and like baseball just go so hand in hand, and I was like, I'm missing it, like right now. Like, I can't watch any, you know, because there's none on except for like, you know, old games, which I don't mind watching. But the only thing is, like, you know the outcome, like whether or not, like if you're watching it, you know, and they were like, oh, this is the Lakers like World Series, goodness, this is like the Lakers you know, championship game or something like that, you're like, more than likely this was probably a game that they won, you know, like, or, you know, if it was like a World Series win, and, you know, they were like, oh, this is, you know, the really big year for, you know, like, I don't know, the Red Sox or something, you know, you're like, well, I know the outcome of that because it broke, like, you know, their you know, losing streak or whatever in baseball and stuff like that. You know, and the Cubs too, because they had that on the Marquee Sports Network. They originally were re-showing all the games from when they won the World Series a few years ago, and I was like, I know what happens, like, you know, even if it wasn't a game that I saw or whatever, but I'm like, you already know the outcome, like, you know, whether or not it was, you know, like, I don't know, I like watching games because that's the whole point, like, you don't know what the outcome's gonna be. But while rewatching like old games, you're like, oh, like, you know, this was a Hall of Fame game because, you know, Sammy Sosa hit, you know, his home runs or whatever, you know, something like that. Like, I don't know, it's just like hard to watch like a game that you kind of already know, like, oh, they probably won this game, you know, but, you know, just if it's not like something that's like pertaining to like what's actually going on in the season too. So I don't know, it's just, like I said, I've been able to watch a couple here and there, but I've been really missing like actually watching like this current season's worth of sports. So anyways guys, yeah, I'm gonna go take a shower and get to bed. I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give it a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe.